to ask you all that how will you feel if you have to meet your abuser almost daily? You have to see them, meet them, talk to them. Trust me, it's the worst feeling in the world. And the story that we have today is actually related to this. And when I was hearing the story personally, I had goosebumps in my entire body. And this story is actually going to make you realize that the impact of child sexual abuse is not limited to just a day or two, or maybe 1 month or 2 months, but it is something which stays with the person throughout the lifetime of the person. That's why it becomes more important that we prevent it.
So hi guys, today we have another very special guest, and she will be sharing her story with you today.
Yeah, hi guys, this is Karima. I would not say that I had a childhood, because that is a point which I do not want to live. I had an age where I was supposedly a child according to the legal standards, according to what people thought. But मुझे कभी नहीं लगा कि अब जब हाइंडसाइड में देखते हो बचपन को कि जीना है दोबारा, वो नहीं है. So it was not always so apart from my abuse, I had times when I really liked, I loved going to school. So I was this crazy kid who would, Saturday, Sunday छुट्टी होती थी मेरी, and because I was in a convent, and मैं सैटरडे को तैयार हो जाती थी और मैं घर वालों को बोलती थी आप नहीं चाहते मैं स्कूल जाऊँ, इसलिए आप मेरे को भेज नहीं रहे हो. And then my father used to take me, and then and I am ready dressed in school dress, and then वहाँ पे जाके गार्ड अंकल बोलते थे कि बेटा छुट्टी है तब मैं वापस आती. So this was the kind of crazy I was.
So you used to love your school.
Yeah, I think it was a respite, because वहाँ पे सब मतलब मुझे नहीं लगता था कोई danger, because I was in an all girls school. So शायद maybe I was in a less dangerous situation. जो भी मतलब मेरी body जो वो कर पा रही थी मतलब sense. But I think जो abuse हुआ मेरे साथ, तो I don't remember the age it started from. So I give it an arbitrary number, 2 years. I think it started around that time only, because it started very early, and because I come from a Punjabi conservative family, and हमारी family में we don't even hug, we don't touch, so वो concept ही नहीं है. To wherever कि पता ही नहीं चलता कि तुम्हारी body में skin भी है. You are clothed, and then you bathe, कपड़े उतार के बस उसके बाद फिर से कपड़े पहन. तो वो टच प्लेजर को कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था. एंड सो आई थिंक इट ऑल्सो, मेरे को याद नहीं है कि सो आई हैड 3 abusers, and so 2 of them were regular abusers, and one was a one-time abuser, but I still consider him as an abuser. And I think कि उन्होंने मुझे कभी कोक्स नहीं किया, because they started from such an early age. They were 10 years elder to me or something. So they started from such an early age कि उनको ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ी, because उस टाइम पे तो मैं बोल ही नहीं सकती थी. I was an early speaker. मैं 2.5 years पे बोल पड़ी थी, but I think उनको ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी क्योंकि मुझे मज़ा आ रहा था. 2 years पे if you do something to a child, and it continued till I think when I was 12ish or something. I knew later कि it was something that was not right, but I also enjoyed it.
Okay.
Because that became something which was exclusively mine.
Okay, so it was being done by a known person or somebody who was unknown to you?
So all my abusers were known to me, all my first cousins. Okay. So one of them, ये तब हुआ जब we were living in a joint family. So we are a joint family still today, but we live in different homes now. But तब ऐसा था कि we used to live in one room, my Tayaji, I have two Tayaji, so they used to live in like we have 3 rooms, so they used to live in one room each, and then my grandmother used to sleep in the veranda. तो one person जो मेरे ताया जी का बेटा था, he used to live with us, and other मेरी बुआ के बेटे थे, तो they used to live in Ambala, and they used to come in क्या कहते हैं, गर्मियों की छुट्टियों में आते थे, या कुछ छुट्टी हुई तो आए, वेकेशन टाइम में आते थे. एंड बट वही था कि ऑल ऑफ देम प्रैक्टिकली न्यू क्या हो रहा है.
So they were doing it simultaneously, or it was happening that one did it and then after some time the other person did it?
साइमल्टेनियसली मतलब ऐसा नहीं था कि दे डिड इट साइमल्टेनियसली विद ईच अदर, मतलब ऐसा नहीं था कि ग्रुप बनाकर दे वर डूइंग इट, बट दे डिड इट like it was continuous. So one was doing it, other was doing it probably at different stages of the day, but they were still doing it.
So what was your age when it happened for the first time, or when you started recognizing it that what's happening is not kind of right, or whether you were able to recognize it that what was happening was right or not?
It's very recent. So when I at around 20, when I had my first breakup, I went into therapy. And tab tak I think like the abuse had stopped at around 12 or 13 or something. And तब उसके बाद मुझे पता था शायद कि नहीं मुझे बोलना, मुझे मतलब ये नहीं था कि नहीं बोलना, मेरे को था कि झगड़ा हो जाएगा मेरे बाप और उसकी बहन के बीच में, जो मुझे नहीं कराना. And I don't want to be the cause of a fight, and which I was very wrong about. But वो नहीं कराना था, और उसकी उस वजह से I was like and I always had this body insecurity, so I was like maybe I deserved it. So it's fine. I won't talk about it, and if I don't talk about it, maybe it will just slip out of my mind. But then I had a breakup. I like उसमें बीच में मैं I fell ill. I had a neurological disorder. Body insecurities और बढ़ गई. Then I went to college. I came into a relationship. I had a breakup. Went into therapy for that. And उसके therapy में बात करते करते this came out. And then it hit me कि मैं इतना इससे भागने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ, but this has shaped me all over. I've become a rebel. I rebel about everything. Because I somehow feel that people have used my body a lot, and now it's my turn to make to do whatever I want with it. It's not anybody else's, it's mine. So I used to I still do it. I do intoxication, I smoke and all that, but वो अब ये है कि I've come to accept that it's not my fault. That has been a lengthy process. That has been like, it took me 20 to today I'm 26, so it took me like 6 long years to believe that okay,
It's not your fault.
it's not my fault. It's not like I didn't invite it at all. I was a fucking 2-year-old kid.
Exactly.
And like even that does not matter. Even if you're 12, even if you're 13,
yes.
you're never invited.
Yes, and you're young, you are not able to identify what's wrong and what's not, and the person who is doing it, probably they are grooming you.
Yeah.
It's a process which is used by the
Obviously.
user because you're young.
Yeah, and like because it happened so at such a young age, I don't even remember what they used to tell me. But I vividly remember one time I had this like huge bite mark on my cheek. Not huge, but like a love bite. And my parents asked me what happened, and I told them कि उसने किया है. So my parents went to him and asked that ये कह रही है कि तूने इसको काटा है. And he just blatantly said ये झूठ बोल रही है. And there was no discussion after that.
Okay. And your mom or you shared it with your mother or your father?
I shared it with both,
And
and nothing happened.
okay. So they were not able to believe you, or they thought the other person was right about it.
Maybe like they thought that I'm the younger one, so I might be cooking up stories. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't believe me, why didn't they listen. But whatever it was, that was done. And then like probably the abusers would have told me something like कि अगर तूने बताया तो तेरे like I would never do that to you, or तेरे को मजा नहीं आएगा, or something good. I don't remember that exactly, but I remember that nothing was asked. And then there was an incident when I was, I think, 10 years old or something, that I was, so there were two abusers in the same room, okay, and one was lying on the floor and one was sitting on the bed, and I was sitting really close to him, and he was pressing my boobs, and I was enjoying it. And suddenly my mother came, and she saw that I was very close. Okay, so she just went away, and later she asked me that why were you sitting with him. So I said because that person who was on the floor was very, like, he was teasing me, so I just sat on the bed. So, and in the night again she asked me, and I said I already told you that he was teasing me, and that's why I sat on the bed. And the thing she said was, अगली बार से मत करियो वरना पापा डांटेंगे. That is it. Like, she did not probe. She did like, or even if like she would have said that don't do it or something like that. That's it.
So I want to ask you, when this was happening, so when you were young, you ever thought of sharing it with your parents that something like this is happening, or thought of sharing it with your siblings or anybody, any trusted adult, that so that this should stop, or you wanted it to stop or not? Like,
I don't know. So when I say कि I shared it with my parents that I had a bite from him, and my parents not believing me, maybe it was enough of an indication that even if I tell them something, they won't believe me.
what about other people except your parents? You, like grandmother,
Grandmother, I don't know why I didn't tell them. I really do
or
not.
teachers at your school?
No, like I was very close to my teachers, so I have that thing that I was very close to my teachers. But I also feel that somehow there is a lack of language. I feel very constricted with the language we have, because हमारी language, हमारी भाषा वो सब cover नहीं करती है जो हम बोलना चाहते हैं.
Exactly.
So I don't know, like maybe, and also when I say that there was a lack of physical touch, getting that touch was important, because I also wanted to feel pleasured in my head. I wanted to feel pleasured in my body, but that was not happening otherwise. तो अगर मैं ये भी बता दूंगी तो then maybe it will go away, and then I would not feel good. And I wanted to feel good, because otherwise like when you say siblings से share नहीं किया, तो my siblings, I'm the eldest. Yeah, I'm the eldest. So my sibling is like, my brother is like what? He's 3 years younger to me. One is 3 years younger to me. One is 12 and a half years younger to me. So
it's
that is so, like, till the time he was born, everything had stopped. But the 3 years younger to me, I don't know. I was very protective of him when he was born. I used to love him like crazy. Now I don't. Like, but now we are on the policy that you don't say anything about my life. I don't say anything about your life. Chill.
So when did it stopped? कौन से age?
It stopped at around 12, I think, because I remember this incident. उसके बाद I don't think anything happened. So I'm right now an atheist, but that time I was a believer, and I went to this Jagran, and we came home, and we had already shifted houses, okay? And so this new house, me, my parents, and just my brother, the brother who was there, we used to live in. And this abuser had come in, and he tried to force his penis in my mouth, and I was like, I don't feel like it because I just came from that puja thing. So, and also I had seen him watching my mother through the keyhole, like in the washroom, and that disgusted me a lot. That how, like, that idea of you being only for me, and then you also doing that. I couldn't get it in my mind, and I was like, no. This has to be like that. This is the line. So after that day, probably they also came to know that I had a voice and I could say no. So they did not do it. Yeah.
So I want to know that do you still meet your abusers, or they are part of the family, or do they come to your place, or like right now they're not connected with you?
So I would have to tell you this with like how I told my parents. So at 22, I got the courage. 22 or 23, I got the courage. I should tell my parents. So I went and I was like, I need to tell you something. And I told them. And I broke down and I started crying. And it was like, it's not my fault. And they were like, we know, when have we said it was your fault? But I also told them I was being true, so I also told them that it continued for this many years, but at one point I also started enjoying it. But out of the whole conversation, they only had this thing that you also enjoyed it.
But you were young, you had no idea about it.
And it continued so many years. So they just picked it on that. And like when later, after the conversation, I asked, what will you do about it? They were like, but you also enjoyed it. And I was like, duh. Okay. So I was like, probably they need time to absorb it. It took me like 23 years, 22 or 23 years to come out. Let me give them time, because at that time I had also started connecting with the LGBTQI community, and I had come across people's stories of saying that coming out, that if like we took so much time to come into terms with our sexuality, how can we expect our parents to come to terms with this so quickly? So I was like, okay, let's give them time. So after some time, there was my abuser's marriage. I obviously did not want to go. So my parents made like excuses, like she has exams and all that. I didn't mind. Like I didn't think about it that much. I was like, they're not taking me, fine. But that day when there was a function before the marriage, and there what happened was, like, there was a doorbell. I opened the door and there was this cousin who is a nice person, and just behind him the abuser. And they come in, and alone home, I just have my brother who's 3 years younger to me sleeping there. He probably knows nothing.
And your mother was not.
Nobody was there because my parents had gone to the function. And they come in, and the abuser asked me, "Aur kaisi hai?" And my body just gave up. That was the first panic attack I ever experienced. Body started shivering, out of the body experience. I could not explain how, I couldn't stand, and I just went to the sofa and I just was sitting down, and absolutely I was grasping for breath. It was like oxygen all over, but I couldn't breathe. And then the bell rang again. I somehow went and opened the door. Though my mother, my parents, my grandmother, Nani, so she just went towards the bedroom, and I just started, I was like, ये क्या कर रहा है यहाँ पे? And my parents were like, नानी को पता चल जाएगा. I was like, why should I show? मैंने क्या किया है? And they were like, नहीं शोर मत मचाओ, ये वो. And my father tried to slap me, saying कि चुप हो जा. And I was like, मैं क्यों चुप हो जाऊँ? मैंने क्या गलत किया? I felt so unsafe that night. My mother kept saying that, पापा के साथ सो जा. I was like, I don't feel safe with him anymore. I'm sorry. No. I don't feel. I went and I cried in the balcony. I sat there, I cried. But at the end, I had to come back and I had to sleep. But so उसके बाद भी, and then there was this other incident where my father's sister is. She called and this cousin who was a nice person, it was his marriage, and usse pehle I had gone to one function of his where I had to be face to face with my abusers. And my parents are such assholes that they were having a family photo and they wanted me to be on the same stage as them. And I was like, you crazy, you crazy, like how? I was like, I'm not coming, sorry. Like, I'm not even sorry, I was like, I'm not coming. So
at least you are taking stand for yourself. That's very, very, very important.
yeah, because I've understood it the hard way that nobody's going to take a stand for me because my parents are assholes. So they do not understand it. And so after this function happened, there was the marriage. And in the marriage, the sister calls me, and I just had a surgery. There was some fibrous tissue, and she asked me, "How are you?" And I was like, "I'm fine." She was like, "जल्दी ठीक हो जा, अब तो शादी में आना है." I was like, "मैं नहीं आ रही हूँ शादी में." She was like, "Why?" I was like, "You know why." तो she was like कि then I said कि वो लोग भी तो आ रहे हैं. तो she was like, मेरे लिए तो तुम दोनों एक जैसे ना, मन को कैसे मना करूँ. And I dropped the phone and I started crying.
What's wrong with you?
I cried for like 1 hour. I was like, how can you compare also? And उसके बाद से उनका एक बार अगले दिन कॉल आया. I just said hello and I heard her voice. I kept the phone. I did not tell anyone. Like, no one was there at home, but I did not even inform. And then she kept saying, and then she complained to my father that, your kids are rude and all that. I was like, do whatever.
Absolutely. And any kind of sexual violence is not at all justified. So
It's not
at all. Yes.
I don't know. I've had friends where people try to, do this restorative justice, but how do you do that? You've taken my life away. My body.
It is not justified.
I fucking have trauma in my body. So my whole body is. So I can talk about my abusers. So I co-founded a group called Adult Survivors Healing Association against CSA. So वहाँ पे मैं अपने experiences के बारे में बात कर सकती हूँ. I can speak about how I felt, how I'm feeling, how it has affected me and all that. But if my parents do the same, because I know that what their intentions are, my body just conks off. It's like I cannot take it. I have major anxiety issues, so I don't take anxiety like controller, but I do have anxiety issues. So but my anxiety only arises when my parents take the name of my abusers or they mention my sexual
I think the impact is not for just 1 year or 1 month. It stays with you.
Obviously, we were once my father asked me that, what do you actually talk about in your sessions? Because I go to a psychiatrist, and I was like, the kind of trauma that my experiences have built on me and they've affected my relationships, and वो उसके बारे में बात करता है. And he was like कि इतना क्या पकड़ के बैठी हो, me too भी तो हुआ था. The response I gave was not justified at all, but the response I gave was problematic in its own. But मुझे उस वक्त वही सोचा, मैंने कहा me too एक बार की बात थी, which is not true. me too एक बार की बात. And he said कि me too के बाद भी लोगों ने अपनी लाइफ सुधार ली है, as if मेरी लाइफ बिगड़ी हुई है. तो he was like कि मैंने कहा me too एक बार की बात है, मेरे साथ 10 साल हुआ था. तो he was like 10 साल किसके पास टाइम है कि वो तुम्हारे पीछे लगा रहे. And I was like, oh my god, like I cannot even
think of
like अब क्या बोलूँ मैं आगे, Like when I shared it in the group, so then my friend just said that, you know, if they had the time, was it even justified? I was like, don't ask me, ask my pap, what does he mean by that?
This is absolutely horrible and it's absolutely wrong. First of all, I really, really appreciate your courage and you speaking up every single detail and sharing it with people, because बहुत सारे लोग नहीं बोलते and it stays with them, and it's very important कि आप इस topic पे बात करो and you speak up, and hats off to your courage. I literally have goosebumps अभी when I'm hearing your story, and hats off actually.
That's very important. I feel like I'm a firm believer of, you know, talking. Because अभी मैं बोलूँगी, अगर इसको 5 लोग सुनेंगे और उनमें से 5 लोग में से एक अगर इंसान भी बोल देना कि हाँ मुझे समझ आ गया, and I would talk
and listen, at least listen to the other person. They want to share. बहुत बारी लोग share करना चाहते हैं, just nobody is there to listen to the other person. हम लोग एक दूसरे को बोल रहे थे, we are okay, but exactly are we okay?
Are we okay? Like
कोई नहीं पूछता. So concluding it, I want to ask you a last question. What will be your message to young generation and youth? What role youth can play to actually prevent this issue of child sexual abuse? And what will be your message to children who are in their 15 and 16 years of age? How can they prevent it?
See, I don't know whether you can like take any very firm action, because obviously we still believe that youth तो पागल होता है, उनकी बात कौन सुनेगा. Like I'm really thankful to youth organizations that are coming up like Our Voice and other organizations that are working on it. Please, first of all, create a space where people can come in and just speak, because there is a dearth of spaces, especially for child sexual abuse, where people can come in and speak what they want to. Because बहुत बार ना मेरे लिए समझना मुश्किल था. So there was this person in my college who spoke about her abuse, and then I was like, oh, मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ था. That clicked in my mind. So it's very important to have voices, relatable voices. तो ये ऐसा नहीं है, हमें ये नहीं सोचना है कि यार ये तो कहीं और होता है, शायद हमारे साथ नहीं होगा. नहीं, ये किसी भी घर में हो सकता है, मेरे साथ हो सकता है, किसी के साथ भी हो सकता है. I don't want it to happen to anyone else. That is why I'm speaking up. It's not courage, it's a selfish interest that I don't want the other person to suffer, because I've suffered. It's very selfish. It's like कि ठीक है मैं अपने को गार्ड कर रही हूँ, पर मैं दूसरे को भी गार्ड करूँगी, because और कोई है ही नहीं गार्ड करने वाला. तो you have to have that community feeling. So it's just that please make a safe space to everyone, youth, old people, everyone, that please make a safe space, make yourself accessible. So I say to everyone, and like if people want to, I don't know if people can contact me through this. If they want to, please do that. Make me your emergency helpline. Even if I'm sleeping, drop me a text, I'll get back to you. I would like appreciate that you do that rather than keeping it to yourself. Because I've done it. It's affected me so much that now my body is made of trauma. I don't want that to happen to anybody.
Yes. So guys, it's high time we speak up. It's high time we raise our voice against child sexual abuse, because trust me, silence is not the solution, and silence will never ever be the solution. Let's build out safe spaces where people can actually share their voice, raise their voice without getting judged, without getting blamed for the same. So we are going to raise our voice. Will you?